All right, guess we're gonna come back with the part 2 of this mission. Let's jump in and get those bounties out of the way. Let's see how much is left of the week 1 story. The first week actually ran a little long, weirdly enough. Second week, or not first week. First part of the first week ran a little bit long, weirdly enough. Longer than I thought it would actually run. Then they got us a bunch of bounties, and we're gonna try to complete these now and get these out of the way. Did do a few runs of Sunder Doctrine while we were away, and look at the pretty prize we got. Oh yeah. Still have to finish the quest for it in order to unlock its catalyst, but we'll probably get to it eventually. We got most of the worms located. Just need those dread knowledge stolen. We've also upgraded the fit too, because why the heck not? And we also got a good unloved with Dragonfly Elemental Honing, so that's not too bad. We'll come back when we actually have some of those bounties done. I don't think they're going to be anything worthwhile to watch. It's just busy work. Let's get to the actual meat and potatoes of the story, shall we? Alright, we got all of the little quest steps done. It took us a little bit of time to get it all figured out, but we finally did. Usually because it had us go through like a little bit of side questing for getting some bounties done, which nothing was special about those bounties. But we also had to... what's it called? We also had to get a buttload of kills against taken enemies using our abilities, and that just took forever, so I wasn't going to show that whole grind, but we have everything finally done. This video is probably going to go out really, really late just because of how badly we were trying to grind through stuff, or how long it took, and I'm just not interested in showing any of the footage. It's just us playing the game. So hopefully we'll see how it actually ends out when we turn in all of the little taken shards now, because now we have all the shards of Willbreaker we need. We have all the bounties done. I wonder if we needed only a few of them, or if it was possible just to complete all of them and see if we get anything worthwhile. And then we have one special mission we have to do as well. Maybe we'll get a chance to show off a Finality's Auger. This is actually pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. I actually like this thing a lot. It's really good for a support weapon, being able to shoot it up in the air, mark a target you want deleted, and just let the turret do its thing while you fight everything else. The turret doesn't draw enemy fire. It stays out for a pretty long time. I kind of wish there was a timer on the turret so you knew exactly how long it was going to stay up there for. But it doesn't really give you an option.
Hello, what can I do for you today,
what?
Hunter?
I'm not here to visit you. I'm here to visit Drifter. Hi, dude. Welcome back. You've returned back to the tower to us.
Kill anything big lately?
Drifter regards you with a worried smile as you burst, "Hey, hero," or is it killer? Hard to tell these days. You notice taking in there ain't singing the same song as the ones the Echo has all riled up. Yeah, me too. Wonder what that's about. Drifter flips a jade coin between his fingers. You see a taken symbol on one side and a hive symbol on the other. Anyways, they pulled out the little shard of dark you freed up. Wicked piece of work there. Still sharp and cold as ice. Wouldn't want to put it on the wrong end of it. So that's why I'm giving it to you. Put it in the throat of every monster you meet on the Orcs' ship, will ya? And that's from the Prophecy Dungeon. Headseeker... this is just an okay roll.
Nothing like a common enemy for bringing people together. Spite is the glue that binds us.
Alright, he gave me the one piece he had, and that was from the Prophecy Dungeon. We actually jumped back into the Prophecy Dungeon. It wasn't too bad, actually. We had an okay time. I forgot that the weapons at the Prophecy Dungeon drop are still pretty relevant. Their origin trait is still pretty good, and they're enhanceable, so yeah, they're still pretty decent. Still got to do the quest for Finality's Auger, though. Even though we've earned it, we need to somehow complete the quest for the actual dungeon. I'll have to look up a guide for that to get its catalyst. And Barrow died. Its catalyst quest has come out too, so we'll have to do another run for that too. I know the quest for getting that thing unlocked is also pretty complicated. With Guardian Games out, it sucks that it's not a consumable we can use in order to earn medals. You have to actually wear the cloak from Guardian Games. At least they gave it to us as Artifice Armor. Bungie being a little generous. We'll just use the title and try the fusion rifle. Approach. The taken rune of ruin manifests before your eyes, hungering.
This shard carries the broken will of Aga, a conquest eternal.
A twisted lie turned into a vessel of secrets. I watched my people become worms before I fled. I fled to soul. From afar, I watched you dive into fundament, and I tried to send warning then.
You, escapee. You have tasted worm flesh, same as my blade. Drown in the deep and become kin.
Your sisters know we were lied to. All Arash, hear us, please. Who was he? Who was talking to him?
You appeal to Harash. I am the one before you, unswayed by your mewling. Become what you are or hide, like you did then. The deep has sent a knife to herald my heir. I need no new bargain from an old worm. Leave us.
Who is he talking to? Is it like the Leviathan of Fundam? I don't know what he's talking to because there's no audio playing. It's from Sloane, I think, because Sloane's audio is missing dialogue, which means that he's probably talking to her worm friend from Season of the Deep. I forget her name. It's I don't know her name, but I think that's who he's talking to. And yeah, he's trying to tell her, like, hey, you guys were lied to about how the whole bargain with your worms went, because yeah, the witness purposely tricked you, and like both your sisters now know that truth, and you should probably know it too. A taken rune manifest before your eyes. Realms, take that too. You have harnessed the power of your focus wheel, full of desire for purpose, and directed it towards the strengthening your arsenal for future battles. Taken rune of ruin manifests again. This is from Vorok.
You do pursue my power, Lightbearer. My weapon. My throne. Good. Become my heir. I will not halt your rise, nor your wielding the tenets of the deep. This shard carries the broken will of Vorok, a knight of my court with great aspiration. Take up their blade. Raise the path of ascension they failed to walk.
Complete the Wildbreaker Shard quests. I'm surprised that even us trying to tell him that he's been lied to doesn't sway him from telling him that his whole reason for being is a bunch of nonsense. Your first purchase refunds a rune that was spent, available once per run. Okay, so now we can get this engraving maligned harvest. Boost the following artifact perks while Tome of One is active. Weaken targets to receive a small void overshield. Moment of clarity. Destroying a sigil stone will clear all stacks of suffocating terror, providing immunity to further suffocating terror gains for a period of time. Panic response 4. Oh, we got that's part of the catalyst for borrow die. Another intrinsic unlocked for it. Return to the Dreadnought and cut through the material plane into the Ascended One and free heirs by completing missions Renaissance. That's weird. So it says right here, it's this one, Writ of Ambition. A void from beyond calls the depths of the Dreadnought. Maximize your loadout. Writ of Ambition. Okay, let's jump into this mission and see what it is. It's probably the best version of the title you would want to get. Probably can get better perks here, but it's an aggressive SMG, so you want to be able to give it something that makes it so that it's a little bit more stable. Repulsive brace and what's it called? Destabilizing rounds. Destabilizing rounds just got a huge glow up this season, and it's just very good now. Ballistics. Tactical. You probably just want to reload speed. Well, actually, you want basically just ballistics. You want increased range and stability. The reload is not that big a deal.
The call I felt emanating from the deep was not for us, or anyone. It was a beacon of want and purpose, sounding from whatever new entity now inhabits the deep. Drifter has located the source. Make no mistake, it is no gift. This we take for ourselves.
It really blocked off everything so that you have to basically come this way. Follow your ambition. This is kind of leading us to the Barrow Died area. I think this is just the quest again, but this time the quest is for some audio and dialogue from Eris. Maybe I was supposed to come in here with multiple people, actually. Don't know if I was supposed to do this alone. Here we are, though. We're just gonna do it. Looks like we're skipping a good portion of it now, because we have all these taken blights and these portals that just lead us where we need to go. It basically doesn't want us to go through all the sidewalls and stuff like that. Just follow the portals. I can be down with that. Okay, so this is that vaulted door that we closed behind that one taken entity. And it looks like Zivu of Wraths units are here. Unseal the door. I wonder what the significance of this dude is, as far as, like, he's a weird taken knight that can... Oh. Torn between dimensions, approach the threshold. Where are we going? What the hell? That was... weird. Oh, hide from the vision.
Sloane would advise that we contain this aberrant expression of taken energy. Her methods are not wrong, but there are often more paths than one to victory.
Okay, embrace ambition. A willful power seeks to corrupt. Let it fight for me on my behalf. Doing a pretty good job keeping me alive. The corruption bends to your will.
Yes. In one fist you grip control, in the other you reach with ambition. You are ready to face any horror the Dreadnought can produce, and turn them away with your fury.
Nice. Embrace the shaping slab in Eris's apartment. Embrace your ambition. I guess we weren't entering into the actual vault anymore. That exotic mission is probably still available to play in its original form, but this is like a little streamlined version of it. We got some more taking powers. Now we can... It says... I don't forget what the... I think the first one was like devotion, and this one's ambition. Sweet. And we got an extra sword, which we don't really care for because we already got a better version of the sword. We got to get a glaive. Discord vorpal weapon. Nah, refusal of the call. Title didn't do too bad. Yeah, the whole repulsor brace destabilizing rounds combo is pretty decent. It is just an SMG though, so I don't know how useful it can be. Final blows with this weapon grant class ability energy. It's okay. Back to Eris's tower. Finality's auger is still just a beast, being able to shoot it up in the sky and let it just fight enemies for you. Embrace your ambition. Complete Writ of Ambition and uncover the portion of the truth behind the taken corruption of the Dreadnought. Writ of Ambition completed. Approach the shaping slab. You have harnessed the power of a focused will full of desire for purpose and directed it towards strengthening your arsenal for the future. Forging yourself in the negative energy of the deep is but one of the first step. You must complete Trial of Will Ambition to realize your power further. Next step is on the moon. Find your way down the path of ambition. Okay. Well, we still got to do this Renaissance mission first, though. With the shards of Willbreaker gathered, find where the barrier between planes is thinnest on the Dreadnought and follow Eris's voice through. Sure. We had this we had to complete first. We'll keep Finality's auger because we do like using it. Turn on Unsworn and Unworthy. Is there another thing on the moon after this as well?
Hey, probably didn't expect to hear from me again, huh?
Yeah,
Bailing
dude.
was a bad move. I admit it.
Duh.
Soon as I turned around, I picked up Sloane's message. I thought she was gonna chew me out. She didn't. Just told me what I needed to do next. Anyway, I'm here now. And Eris needs me. Needs us. Find me on the Dreadnought.
Well, okay. At least he admitted it. You know what? I was wrong. It was a bad idea to bail. It's like I'm coming back. Because, yes, she sent me the audio of Eris talking to you, and it's real. It's legit. Okay, she needs us. She needs me. Well, we have to go back. All right, Drifter, at least you're here.
Call me crazy, hell. Most already do. But I can't shake this. I won't. The Dreadnought has one foot in the Ascendant Plane. Maybe that's how she reached out. Find her. She's here. I should have known. I should have known. It'd take more than that.
It's like, yeah, we saw her get killed, but we should have known it would have taken more than that to actually kill her.
So I hear you got some shards of Oryx's sword Willbreaker. Putting it back together won't be easy. All that taken mojo you picked up from Sloane is a good start. But jamming it into Crota's sword hilt? That'll take some real freaky hive magic. Eris ain't here, so I'm stepping up. It ain't the same, but I picked up a few tricks along the way. I'll do my part, and you do you, hero.
Yeah, so outside of Eris, Drifter is the next largest source of hive knowledge we have. And he's like, yeah, I can, since we don't have Eris here, putting Willbreaker back together, you know, Eris would do some sort of weird hive mumbo jumbo, and I'm going to be a little bit more direct with how we're going to do this. So we're just going to literally just put them back together like Lego pieces and see if it works. This is a forge of some sort, so maybe, yeah, we could use this. Forge, yeah. The forge hungers for taking wills.
That's it! Get those pieces together!
A darkness bomb and a sanctuary is conjured. Stand next to the orb, then take cover. Detonating. It's a little mechanic from the Taken King raid. Be kind of cool if we forging Crota's sword gives us a new exotic. Like getting Raised Lighter, Dark Drinker, and what was the last one called? Bowcaster. Consume? Oh. Taken symbol appeared now. A bomb and sanctuary have been conjured. Looks like something just picked up relic. Oh, this is Oryx's sword, Willbreaker. Ooh. Wow, this is doing a lot of damage. 72,000.
That thing's unstable, but we can still do this. Get to the rift, and I'll be ready.
Alright, so we have the Willbreaker sword reforged. He says it's unstable. Man, that relic deals a lot of damage. It's no longer a hive sword, it looks like a Willbreaker sword. Shoots taken energy this time around. I don't think they've explained the weird tentacles in the eyes yet. I don't know if this is like Oryx returning to power and it's like he's souping up his followers and the Taken with this weird energy from the Echo, but it could be something else entirely too.
You You are the one who wounds. You are the blade undulled. Damn it, Tolan. She is the blade unforgotten. She is the deep-scoured, vengeance-fed, deathless. I'm... Oh, hell, just kill something with the damn sword.
He's trying to perform rites for the ritual, and he's like, oh my god, this sounds so cringy coming from me. Let's not do that. It does look like Willbreaker from the Taken King. It is just a bunch of shards just kind of glued together to the hill. Whatever, he did his best.
The Hive Gods were conjured back by their natures. Yeah, I read the books of sorrow. A fella gets curious. Anyway, Eris was the god of vengeance. So go get some.
Yeah, so in order to conjure her back to the physical realm, you have to strike vengeance against your targets. Let's at least heal a little bit. Keeper of the Rift.
Cut into the rift, Guardian! Cut the space between!
Eris! Do it, Guardian! I'm on my way!
Stick the sword in. Oh, never mind. It's gonna be a cutscene. And yeah, okay, so he's fully on board now. He heard Eris over the comms briefly. It's like, yo, use the sword, cut the space in between, open the rift wider for me to get the hell out of here. It's like, all right, I'm coming. And yeah, it's like, if we like, I've read the books of sorrow. I know how the writs for Hive Gods work, and Eris technically was the Hive God of vengeance. So like, if we strike vengeance in her name and kill powerful enough enemies with enough powerful weapons, then you can conjure her back into the physical realm. Eris probably just wasn't fully aware of her own powers yet, so maybe she's had a little bit of time to chill inside the Ascendant Plane. We'll see what happens. It's taking me back to Earth, like if something is happening here. I thought a cutscene was about to play. Oh.
Guardian, behold the vast cathedral of my soul. As Hive, I slit Savathun's throat. In doing so, I made an incision into the Ascendant Plane. This became a world. A throne. It will protect my essence and restore my form. Here, I am resurrected.
Yeah, it's a throne world for her.
I am omnipotent.
Moonlight?
Drifter.
I thought you were gone.
No. My end was not bitter. It was sweet. This is my vindication. They were wrong. All of them. I am not sick. I am not mad. And I am no lost cause, fit only for self-sacrifice. My throne is wondrous and eternal, as am I.
Good.
Always were.
Guardian, I have not sat idle in this place. I have heard whispers through the wall. Is it true? Has the Taken King returned?
Something that looks a lot like him. It's something else that looks a lot like him. I guess that was always a big caveat between their relationship, that Drifter's immortal, Eris is definitely not. And I guess now that she has a throne world, she's immortal in a theory too now.
I formed my throne with the stroke of a sword, as the Hive Gods did long ago. tribute and blood coalesced into worlds. You have seen Oryx's throne, his dreadnought, his court, what he called the High Wall. Here, the memory of the Taken King recognizes his equal, his killer, his heir, you. But his sisters will come to claim him, as brother and as instrument of power. Xivu Arath was sundered from her throne as she was sundered from her siblings.
Whoa.
She would retake it all and return to their path of death and conquest.
Whoa, that looks really rad.
While Savathun in her high coven, having claimed the light, wishes to escape. Both the vows made to the worms and the lie that drove the siblings to that bargain. But their designs will be unmade. Their desires, their undoing. I name my throne the High Heresy, formed in opposition to the Hive. Here I am Heresiarch. Here I am Jailer. For my throne will be Oryx's prison.
Huh, okay, so she wants to turn her throne world into a pseudo-jail. Xivu Arath wants Oryx returned because with him back in the Hive Pantheon, they can start their war all over again of death and conquest, and they kind of don't want that. And if Savathun has her way, she'll take the two of them and flee to start some other new scheme, and we also don't want that either, so now we're going to try to turn this place into a prison for Oryx, potentially in all three, ideally. It looks like a library, a huge library of knowledge. And you can see like her eyes up in the sky, so she can see everything inside this place. And it looks like this might be where the artifact eventually will be placed when we eventually capture it again. It's good to know that Eris is not dead. And yeah, it looks like Drifter was always worried too that yeah, she's not immortal like me. Like, she'll eventually get old and die of old age. But she just said, like, no, I'm eternal, unfortunately now. And he's like, good, I'm glad you are. Because at least this relationship could be for something, like, for long-lasting. Ugh, okay, we're back. Good, that was pretty cool, actually.
Guardian, I am returned, and my throne is magnificent.
It's good to have you back, Eris, and more than that, now we have a foothold on the Ascendant Plane. Like, yeah, now we have a permanent path on the Ascendant Plane. That's ours. Your throne world is a strategic advantage we never thought possible. It could turn the tide. Yup.
Yes, I intend to use it well. We must capture the Echo and bind Oryx to my throne. His sword, Willbreaker, is our key. Its power to avert can drag Oryx from the Echo's hold.
Eris, we have no idea if that's possible. But we do know that the Echo is too dangerous to exist. Yeah, Willbreaker was the catalyst of the Dreadnought's superweapon. It contains immense destructive power. Guardian, if you can wield his sword, you can use it to destroy the Echo and Oryx with it.
A waste of potential. The Echo would allow us to travel effortlessly through the Ascendant Plane. We cannot let that slip through our fingers, Deputy Commander.
And if Savathun or Xivu Arath takes it from us...
Oryx's love for his sisters wanes. He may know a means to undermine their threat.
You're relying on the cooperation of the Taken King? No, I'm not...
I am relying on the strength of the Guardian's will. But, as of yet, the sword is not complete. And wielding it in service to me was almost too much for the Guardian to bear. We may neither destroy the Echo nor excise Oryx.
For now, all we have to do is hold the line guarding your operation on the Dreadnoughts are crucial. Okay, good. So, Sloane, in a perfect world, wants to use your power, strength, and your resolve. We'll find our footing and strike back. You have harnessed the power of the focus will, full of desire for purpose and directed towards the strengthening of your future arsenal in the battles ahead. So yeah, in a perfect world, we would use the Echo to completely, we would use it to basically trap Oryx and his knowledge about the Hive Pantheon and how to undermine both his sisters, because he's, like, killed them before in the past. He has a lot of knowledge in both of them. Could be very useful. Music's playing through this now. Collect what?
Hey, hero. Got an update for you. Sounds like you and Eris and Sloane have the Taken stuff under control. So I'm headed out on recon duty. Paul's staying parked right where it is. This is a short trip, don't you fret. But it's like Sloane said. It got worse around here. And now our backup plans need backup plans. So here's mine. This ain't all the pieces of Oryx's sword. Not by a long shot. I'm putting some feelers out. Hunting down where those pieces have wandered off to. You never know when you might need a wicked hive sword. So everything's under control. No need to worry about old Drifter. I'll give you a shout when I've got something.
Aw, he's back. He's like, alright, I'm back. Don't pretend like you never noticed I was missing. He's like, don't worry about me. I will return. Oop, didn't mean to step in here. By mistake. Sorry, Eris. I can't interact with you. She's still just studying up on Hive lore. Her throne world is pretty huge. It's like a giant cathedral. Not as big as Savathun's, but it's still pretty big. So he's working on that. He's putting out some feelers. He's probably going to go to the 9 to see if the 9 know anything about where other pieces of the sword might be. Eris is alive. We should take a moment to celebrate. Await further instructions from Eris. Eris appears to have survived her death at the hands of the dire Taken Dread. Her Hive ascendancy has gained her a throne world and all its protections. So yeah, she can't be killed unless she's killed inside her throne world. She's not... I don't know how powerful she is inside of it, though. That's the thing. So we gotta make sure we keep the portal to her throne world a secret. And let nobody find out about it. They told me to go to the moon, but go to the moon for what? Complete Act 2, Part 1 of the Rites of the Deep. Oh, okay, so that was basically it, actually, for the week. Thought there was something to do on the moon. Moon? Anything on the moon? Nothing on the moon. Unless it's part of, like, the exotic quest that's kind of a hidden quest. Because that seems to have been something to do with the exotic Barrow died thing. So maybe it's nothing to do with the story, but more to do with that, which is fine by us. Okay, so she's back. She's not dead, which is cool. I'm glad that she didn't get killed off, and Drifter's stoked about it too. He's not super sad anymore. And he's like, don't you worry about old Drifter. Drifter will come back again. Like, I'm not gonna take off and be crazy again. Like, I'm working right now, so just let me... Music's playing through the radio now. He's like, just leave me be, let me do my thing. I'm gonna put out some feelers to see exactly what we can figure out for the whole finding extra shards of Willbreaker. Eris's plan is to hold Oryx hostage and basically just use him as a source of knowledge with the Echo, because we can exercise him into the Echo, contain the Echo in Eris's Ascendant throne world. If we do that, not only will we have free access to the Ascendant play with the use of the Echo, but we'll also have Oryx held hostage, and we can take a lot of information from him, which would be very useful in the long run, because it would probably has some inside knowledge as far as how Xivu, Arath, and Savathun think, and the knowledge is just too valuable to pass up. Sloane wants it just simply destroyed, because if it's just destroyed, then Savathun and Xivu, Arath are back to square one. I mean, they're not defeated or by any means, but we're still in a better position than the Echo potentially being stolen back. As far as Xivu, Arath is concerned, she wants to use the Echo to bring Oryx back to life so they can restart their eternal war. The Hive Pantheon needs Oryx as a leader. If nothing else, they need him as a weapon to help serve the needs of the Hive Crusade. Savathun, now that she knows the deal with the Worm Gods is bogus because of the Witness, she wants to just take Oryx and Xil'Varath and flee. Just break the deal, get them out of the way, and then just retreat somewhere. But we don't want that to happen because she could potentially scheme and start other shenanigans all over again, and that's just a problem that just keeps getting pushed out into the future. So don't know exactly how the story is going to end. Be kind of cool to see where it's going. It's still compelling so far. The cutscene is really cool too. Wow. I don't think this was covered up the last time we were here, because I don't remember seeing this on the floor. I think as time goes on, Eris's apartment's going to seem less dreary, and they're going to open it up and kind of make it seem a little bit more bright and colorful. I was kind of hoping that in her Ascendant world, Eris would look a little different. I mean, she obviously doesn't have her face mask on anymore, but I was kind of hoping she would, like, have a different form altogether. Her armor that she wears is kind of like... I don't even know what the right word is for it. It's kind of like not needed anymore. She could probably heal herself and give herself back her eyes all over again. It'd be nice if she did, but it is what it is. All right, well, this second part to week 1 was pretty short in terms of gameplay, but at least we got to get some cool lore stuff out of it. We got to experience a cool cutscene, and we got to see Drifter and Eris more or less reunite and see them be at least a little happy over it. So I'm glad for that, at least. I'm glad that they're seemingly on a good foot. She didn't say anything about him leaving. She just is glad that he's back, which is fine by me. Whew. All right, guys, this will be the end of this episode. If you enjoyed week 1, week 2 will be coming out real shortly after this video goes up. We're starting a new playthrough for another game in the background, which we'll reveal once we actually get closer to the end of the month. We're still doing other stuff in the background too that I'm trying to catch up on. I'm trying to record for a lot of different games right now, but it's exhausting. It's a lot of work, unfortunately. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to leave a like. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm a lore junkie, and I do like the idea of seeing where the lore might go from here. There's a lot of moving parts right now, so it's hard to keep it all in check. And again, the audio missing from Sloane and Xil'Varath is kind of cutting some of the tension and some of the grandness of what's happening on screen away. And unfortunately, when we're done with the season, I mean, there's no way to come back and replay this and listen to all the dialogue unless I just don't start it at all on, like, my Warlock or something. And I don't even know if they're going to actually finish her recordings. I think it's just, they're not going to bother with it, because why bother to record all this dialogue options when this season's going to go away anyway, so who cares, right? So we might just be stuck with it. It is what it is, though. Anyways, guys, we will catch you guys all in the next one.